Just last month, one of the craziest situations in the Roblox community exploded, the full exposure of the Roblox Youtuber Snunt, who admitted in a confrontation with Schlep, RubenSim, and myself that he had committed multiple federal crimes. We're talking about endangering his audience, possessing deeply concerning material from those Discord servers, and taking a $500 sponsorship to promote a server that was actively minors. This situation got so massive that even creators outside of the Roblox communities covered it, exposing every part of what Snunt did. And since then, there have been major updates, such as Roblox taking action, Snunt nearly being banned from YouTube, and after all of this happened, Snunt disappeared. Until now, because recently, Snunt made his comeback with a response video claiming everything brought up against him was fake, exaggerated, or taken out of context. But the problem is, his own video shows that he has no idea what he's talking about, and somehow he made everything worse for himself. Not only did he lie straight through his teeth, but he actually showed gay corn to his underage Roblox audience in that same response, and even included instructions on where to find it. Seriously, what is wrong with Roblox YouTubers and gay these days? Anyways, before we get into the whole situation, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on this situation down below, because this is one of the most unhinged responses I've ever seen.
Now before we get into the whole situation, let me quickly introduce you to the sponsor of this video, Red Magic, who generously provided me with their latest and most power gaming focused phone to date. The Red Magic 11 Pro is the world's first smartphone with liquid cooling, which comes equipped with their state-of-the-art Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, featuring enhanced performance with their Red Magic Red Core R4, which by the way is the world's fastest mobile system on a chip on the market today. The Snapdragon 8 comes with a 4.6 GHz core speed, which allows up to 24 GB of RAM and 1 TB of Pro storage, boosting up a beautiful 20% CPU performance and a 30% GPU performance boost, which might not sound like a big jump, but let me tell you, after using this phone, I can confidently say that the difference between the Red Magic 11 Pro and its competitors is astonishing. This beautiful phone comes with a wonderful spacious fully AMOLED display featuring 2688 by 1216 pixels, a 144Hz refresh rate with a 95.3 screen-to-body ratio. The 11 Pro delivers a true full-screen experience with industry-leading under-screen technology, eye-friendly visuals, and a practical daily usability that remains unmatched. Now, a powerful beast of a smartphone isn't complete without a beast of a battery and charging module. The 11 Pro comes equipped with a 7,500 mAh capacity lithium-ion battery and a charging board supporting up to 80 watts of wired or wireless fast charging. These innovations provide the better charging solutions, keeping you powered up and ready for action, delivering a total daily usage of about 34.1 hours. That is nearly 1.5 days of straight usage. The 11 Pro manages all of this while still fitting in its sleek, gaming in mind, lightweight form factor. And I could not be more excited to have Red Magic as the sponsor of today's video.
Anyways, here's a quick recap on what actually happened with Snunt and why the whole situation is far more serious than people realize. Snunt built his career as a Roblox YouTuber who exposes but behind the scenes, he was doing the exact opposite. According to leaked recordings, screenshots, and even his own confirmed statements, Snunt accepted a $500 deal to promote a Discord server that was later shut down for child activity. These servers were not harmless. They were tied to Roblox condo communities known for content and literal. Just as an example, I literally joined one of these games, and within the first 10 seconds, I literally saw someone being inappropriately on Roblox. In the leaked calls, Snunt openly acknowledged what the server was, admitted that it hosted events, and still proceeded to negotiate the sponsorship. Instead of stopping, he asked about how he could promote the server without damaging his image, despite knowing his audience is made up largely of kids. After agreeing to the payment, he recorded and uploaded footage that included minors in scenarios, footage he had to capture, edit, and publish himself. Later on, when confronted directly, Snunt admitted to accepting the money, admitted to promoting the server, and still attempted to downplay everything as if it was a simple mistake or people were just trolling, even though the pattern is clear and deliberate. This is way more than simple drama. What Snunt did was a literal crime, and the fact that he had tried to downplay it time and time again is disgusting. Now, with that information being resurfaced, there have been a lot of updates to this situation. First of all, Roblox has finally responded after a month to my report about Snunt, and surprisingly, they actually did end up taking action and banned both of his Roblox accounts. I think it's insane that Roblox is starting to finally notice how much of a creep this guy is. In fact, this got him so pissed off that he decided to make another response after his previous response was completely debunked and laughed at by no text-to-speech. And his new response, it wasn't any better. In fact, it was much worse, because in that very same video, he managed to somehow feature something that you wouldn't ever see on YouTube. It was some freaky stuff between two guys. First, his entire video is framed around the idea that I was planning on making a hit piece on him and that there was never any real evidence behind what I said. He repeats it over and over again that I'm lying, that Schlep is lying, and that we're all just taking him out of context. But when you actually look at what he presents versus what he's already admitted to, that narrative doesn't hold up. Now let's talk about Snunt's so-called age verification, because this is one of the weakest points of his entire response. In his video, he tries to paint the situation as if he handled everything responsibly and that people like me are just making ages up. But here's the actual problem. Snunt's entire evidence that everyone in that server was 18 plus comes down to one single person saying, yeah, I'm 18, on a recording. And that's it. One voice clip with no documents, no screenshots, no metadata, no ID, no way to confirm anything. And this verification didn't even happen in a transparent setting. Snunt spoke to this person privately, completely off camera, without Schlep, without me, without any neutral party involved. Then he turns around and claims he saw her ID, and then expects the entire community to simply take his word for it. But the reality is, he's never shown that ID to anyone. There is zero verifiable evidence that this age check ever happened. Meanwhile, the same Snunt who wants everyone to accept his private conversations as gospel is demanding that victims come forward and publicly go on camera to prove that they were. He wants minors to expose themselves publicly just to clear his name, as if they're props for his reputation. And this pattern isn't new for him. This is the same mentality he had during the Spawnism situation, when he openly talked about wanting to bring parents of victims on camera and have them cry for his content. He wanted to publicize their suffering and turn it into a spectacle. Now obviously I didn't let him anywhere near with the victims that I knew, because the last thing anyone should want is someone with Snunt's track record being in contact with traumatized minors, especially when his idea of helping is forcing them into the spotlight for YouTube content. The bottom line is very simple. His entire age verification defense is built on nothing. And this is exactly why creators like No Text to Speech responded the way they did underneath his video. NTTS said that they were completely disgusted and made it very clear that they are not going to drag victims into the spotlight just to satisfy Snunt's demands. He pointed out that there are real concerns about retaliation, about deleting evidence, and about jeopardizing ongoing or future law enforcement investigations. NTTS even mentioned that over 10 victims from these services have already reached out to him directly. Victims are not tools for Snunt to debunk allegations on YouTube. They're people who have already been hurt. Next, let's talk about the $500 deal and his instance that it had nothing to do with. That argument completely collapses the second you look at what the server owners themselves have said. Multiple times, people tied to that server have openly admitted that minors were doing acts on stage. In one of the Discord logs, one of the owners literally says, I owned server A and made minors on stage. That is not ambiguous, it's not taken out of context like Snunt's trying to claim. That is an owner bragging about putting minors on stage for content. On top of that, there have been admissions that people were and that they were willing to spin up a new server to recreate those same situations. And Snunt knows this world very well. He's friends with at least one former owner who had serious allegations of possessing material. That person didn't deny it, instead they embraced it and threatened to leak those photos. For Snunt to stand there and claim the $500 sponsorship had nothing to do with is insulting. Then there's his claim that none of us knew what 764 is. That not me, not Schlep, not even Ruben have any idea what we're talking about. That is just flat out false and insane to claim. Schlep has been dealing with 764 related incidents for a long time. He literally brought up 764 during his interview with Snunt and explained why those groups are dangerous. Even now you can go to Schlep's Twitter and see him talking about 764 and their activities. On top of that, I've brought up 764 many times in my videos, including how they are literally wanted by the FBI. The idea we're just naming groups at random is nonsense. The only person who keeps contradicting himself about what these servers are and who runs them is Snunt. And this is where his story really starts to eat itself. In his response video, he tries to walk back everything by saying the server wasn't a comm server, wasn't tied to a and wasn't part of anything organized. But in the original video he himself made about that server, he openly described it as a dangerous place where Roblox players, specifically kids, are being dragged into events. He talks about it like an obvious comm server. He treats it like an obvious comm server. And at one point in a leaked call, he even says this is literally a comm server. It's as blatant of a comm server as it could be.
Literally a comm server. It's like literally like as blatant as a comm server could be.
Those are his own words. It's not out of context like he's trying to claim, and it lines up exactly with how he originally portrayed the server. A environment targeting people from Roblox, including minors, and hosting literal themed events. So when you put all of this together, the lack of real age verification, the owners openly bragging about what they're doing with minors in that server, the admissions about the extortion, the documented history with 764, and Snunt's own original description of the server, his response video doesn't clear his name. It just proves that he's now trying to rewrite his own history, hoping people forget what he already said and what the people around him already admitted. And then I can't even believe I have to talk about this in a Roblox video. One of the most unbelievable parts of Snunt's entire response, the end of his video. After spending nearly 14 minutes insisting that he did nothing wrong, that he never exposed minors to inappropriate material, and then after accusing everyone of lying or misrepresenting him, Snunt ends his response by doing the one thing that proves literally everyone right. He openly shows gay screen and then tells his viewers or shows his viewers how to access it. It wasn't blurred, wasn't censored, wasn't referenced for educational reasons. There's literally nothing educational about bringing that up. It wasn't a joke that he cut off before anything appeared. He literally pulled up in a Roblox drama video, a video where he was trying to declare himself as innocent. A video watched by an audience that is overwhelmingly minors, and then explained where they could find that same content for themselves by leaving a link on screen. For someone who keeps insisting that my audience isn't kids, I don't make content for minors, I never exposed anyone to anything inappropriate, this alone destroys his entire argument. Because no responsible adult, let alone a Roblox YouTuber, would never put content in a video like that. It isn't funny, it isn't satire, it isn't proof of anything. It's reckless, dangerous, and completely inappropriate for a creator with this platform. And it perfectly shows why he should have never been anywhere near a server that hosted content in the first place. If this is how he behaves publicly in front of thousands of underage viewers, imagine how he behaves privately when there's no camera running. The ending wasn't an accident. It was Snunt showing once again that he has absolutely no understanding of boundaries, responsibility, or basic safety. It proves exactly why none of his excuses hold up, because the issue isn't whether he meant well. The issue is that he fundamentally cannot be trusted with an audience made up of children. If you made it this far into the video, thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and share your thoughts down below. I really want to know what you think about the situation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.